Hola, buenos dias, buenos tardes. This is Kaipacha with the weekly Pele report. It's an astrological forecast that I am going to try to pull off after doing sacred ceremony here at Tikal, Guatemala, which is a very sacred Mayan site, and I'm here with a group of folks. This is the great feminine facing directly across. We just did ceremony down there. You can't quite see the circle. Oh, there's the circle. Directly across from the masculine. And we have a whole plaza. It's a whole acropolis here of ancient ruins. They say that you'd have to be here for 8 days and walk 8 hours a day to cover this entire area and to see all of these ruins. It's a pretty amazing place, so I'm going to try to pull off a Pele report. It's a very powerful, powerful energy here. So I just wanted to give you a little shot of it. Today is February 19th. The moon is just conjunct Mars right now, which is conjunct the north node of the moon, which has just left Scorpio after being in there since October of 2012. Whew. We are emerging out of the bowels of the underworld with the north node of the moon lightening up, moving into the air sign of Libra. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. The moon, however, goes into Scorpio a little later on today, and then it's going to stay there until she goes into Sag. We're going to have our third quarter moon at 4 degrees of Sagittarius on Saturday until she finally goes into Capricorn next Monday. Yeah? So in the meantime, just yesterday the sun went into Pisces, so properly fitting for this day, this time, this place. To conjoin with Neptune, it will be there for a whole week. Sun conjunct Neptune. The mystic, the mysteries of life unfolding before us. Okay, let's try this one. I don't know if I'm on the camera or not because I can't climb this pyramid. But I hope you can see the pyramid behind me. The energy of this time with this, with the moon moving through Libra, this Mars in Libra. Mars is coming up to join with that north node of the moon in the sign of Libra. And again, these moon's nodes go around every 18.6 years. So they spend about 1.5 years in a sign. They go retrograde through the zodiac. So we've been through 1.5 years of intensity. The north node of the moon, the dragon's head, has to do with our future soul evolution. The path of the unknown, the path of the untried, the unfamiliar. So it's dangerous. It's particularly dangerous in the sign of Scorpio, the underworld, hell. Yeah? Where we go down, it's the root chakra, it's where the Kundalini rests, and that Kundalini is a death force. And it's the death of the separate individual self that was born in the sign of Leo. And the death of that individual self is through partnership, through merging with another on ever deeper, deeper, deeper levels. Not just intellectual, not just philosophical, not even just in love in the heart and opening, but also the physical, sexual, emotional connection. The deepest, lowest, most separate realms wanting to unite and merge together. And of course, when that happens, what happens? Orgasm, new birth, transformation. You are no longer the same after you totally connect and unite with another being and join together in union. So this has like been the challenge, the push the scary part, going into the dark, going into the underworld. I don't know what this is going to be like, what this is going to do to me, how this person, how this relationship is going to transform me. I may move to another place, drop my job, have a child, love guides us, it moves us, it shakes us, and it transforms us. Now the south node of the moon, as the known, the familiar, that's been in the sign of Taurus since October of 2012. The least resistance, the known, the familiar, don't merge. Don't, come out of the castle. Don't risk, don't gamble, don't trust. Become self-sufficient, stay on your own, do your own thing. So this is where it's been for a year and a half. Now it's moving, shifting, changing, lightening. Because what we can also say is that the ruler of the North Node, is the ruler of Scorpio, is Pluto, and it's been in Capricorn through this whole time period. So we've got earth and water and density and depth and emotion and passion and jealousy and envy. Crimes of passion being committed, with this, because Pluto's been threatening our financial security, our physical security. So we've been doing things maybe out of alignment with our core, out of alignment with ourselves in order to maintain that status quo or that security. Merging with those who we think is going to provide us with some form of security. If we dove into it, Now, boom. The ruler of the North Node is Venus, baby. This is Libra, Venus, harmony, the goddess of love and beauty. It's there that this moon's node is going to be moving through Libra until November of 2015. More than a year and a half. So whereas the future in the past has been about going into Pluto and the underworld and the deep dark, getting naked and vulnerable and intimate and scared and helpless and powerless and surrendering to the forces beyond our control in order to gain something more, some more power. Now it's like, let's go to court, let's talk about it. It's an air sign. Let's get a mediator, let's get a counselor. Let's create beautiful things together. The Libra is about justice, fairness and giving and equality. We kind of come up out of that underworld and see what we've been doing this last year and a half, and we become more conscious, we become more awakened. So this is a time where it lightens up. It lightens up. You can actually talk about things and plan things. It's not quite as chaotic. And it's coming into justice, balance, peace, equality in giving and taking, in the shadows of the light and the dark. Here we can balance this. Here I am at Tikal, the masculine and the feminine. We just did all kinds of connection. With the mother, the feminine, who's been carrying us and holding us and supporting us. And we have really been, for the whole patriarchy, kind of taking for granted and utilizing her resources and raping her and stripping her and using her and exploiting her. And now this is time to balance these scales. You see how that masculine, the jaguar, the black jaguar is the masculine. It's actually to be the protector of the mother. The white jaguar over here, the temple is smaller, shorter. You can see the temple behind me. It has 9 levels of the underworld. So this masculine does guide us down. Pluto takes us down. But ideally, it is to surrender to the feminine, to surrender to the mother, to surrender our power and unite together, merge through that Scorpio. And now it's time for the resurrection. It's time to emerge. It's time to be seen. Some say Libra can be superficial, it's the surface. The wind blows over the surface. But it is. I want to be seen. I want to do. I want to be. Let's be out there. So it's a time to talk about our relationships. It's a time to get deeper into our relationships, the causes, the purposes, the reasons for all of our relationship during this time, and to use our relationship for, what do we got? Mars in Libra hitting this North Node, opposing Uranus and Aries, yeah, and squaring Jupiter down there in Cancer. Using relationship, using this mirror to see ourselves for self-transformation, for going inward, for not blaming or projecting, but to really utilize, maximize our relationships, you know, through conversation, through counseling, through whatever it takes to see ourselves and own our stuff. And so it's time to really unite, it's time to gather. If we look at it really, the south node of that moon is in the sign of Aries. And that is the warrior. And we go into that Uranus. It's detachment, it's going away, it's disappearing, it's I, me, my. It's impulsive, narcissistic, and primal. Aries, Mars energy is this raw, primal energy. Boom, boom, bull in the china shop. I don't care. I just am. I just want. I just express. I just do. I just act. So we want to balance out. That's the old. The old way is just going to be, you know, screw this and screw this relationship and screw this job and screw this, you know, country and screw this whatever. I'm out of here. I'm doing my own thing. That's the path of least resistance for the next year and a half. I encourage you to come out of that primal, unconscious, instinctive self into the consciousness of Libra, ruled by Pallas Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Come into the wisdom, and then use and find a partner to do the dance with. I really feel like this time we're just in this place of in Lakesh, I am another you. That is the way that we greet and say goodbye down here, yeah, in the Mayan realm. In Lakesh Alakin. And it really has this so much to do with seeing ourselves with and through each other. I pulled a card today, I got the dream card, and it says, you will not know yourself. Yourself has been hidden from you until you come home. Which is, I'm going, I'm on my way. But yeah, it's almost like it's really hard for us to see ourselves alone, for us to know ourselves alone. We want to use these mirrors, use these relationships to see ourselves clearly, objectively. Libra's an air sign, objectivity. Yeah. So if you are alone, look around. And if you're in relationship, check it out. Communicate. Talk. Be together. Talk about things that you didn't talk about before. Go places you never went before. Do things you've never done before. It's awesome. So the mantra for this week, yeah, is really, it's time for me. It's time to be honest about shit. It's time to be honest about you and me, our relationship, its purpose, our destiny. Are we on the same path of self-transformation, or lost in fear, lies, and stagnation? We're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of shakeups in our relationships over this next year and a half as this North Node moves into Libra, as we're looking for our twin flames and our soulmates, and sorting and comparing and figuring. Are you going to go deep with me? Are you an accurate mirror for me? Are you a clear mirror for me? Or is that all of you, or do you have a bunch of stuff? And do you want to go to the same place I want to go? This North Node is this destiny. We're on our destiny. Is this relationship, is you and me, do we have the same, are we sharing the same destiny, the same philosophy, the beliefs, the truth, the vision quest, the desires? If not, yeah. When Pluto went through Libra, that's when the divorce rate just went, yeah, in the 70s. Bam, 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 bam. I think we're over 50% now in a lot of countries. So this is a time to, you know, be square. Mars in Libra till July. Be direct, be square, be straight. Are we together? Are we on the same path? Do we want the same things? Then yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it. And if not, adieu auf Wiedersehen. Mars is the sword that cuts the cords. So it's either, you know, go for it. And of course, Uranus and Aries is kicking our butts. It's like we're either going all the way or we're leaving, you know. But there's not so much of the middle road here. It's kind of tricky. You got to find it. We got a year and a half to balance those scales. We're just getting into it now, coming out of that Scorpio. So yeah, it's time to be honest about you and me, our relationship, its purpose, our destiny. Are we on the same path of self-transformation? Or lost in fear, lies, and stagnation? Do not stagnate. Liberate. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.